Welcome back. This time we're going to paint carnations. So here I am preparing colors red. Since your set doesn't have purple or violet, you can mix your Prussian blue and your red to create a purple shade. So here I have more blue than red, but I decided to put more red. Yeah, it's a reddish violet. So then I got my yellow green for the sepal of the carnation, and lastly I find that there's violet in the paint, so I removed it. I want it to be pure yellow green. Okay, so I cleaned it and I got yellow green that I like, that's clean with no purple. And then I finally put some more chrome yellow, because if you add yellow to the yellow green, it becomes more luminous, or you can see it as a very light yellow green. So those are the colors that we're going to use to paint carnation. We are painting carnations that's a bit pinkish and just a little purple. So I started with the sepal. The sepal of a carnation is quite long compared to the body. Here the view that we're taking is like a worm's eye view, because we're looking from the bottom going to the top. So that I don't get lost, I painted all the sepals first. So initially I was targeting 7 flowers, but as you see along the painting, it boiled down to 11 flowers, including the buds. I think I failed to paint the buds because all of them had petals everywhere. So these are carnations. They're very little leaves, so you'll be happy with this painting. I know you had a hard time painting the leaves. Like what I've told you, it takes practice. So I'm still mixing. I am preparing for painting the petals of the carnation. So to paint the petals of the carnation, you would have to use the scrubbing motion. I apologize if you can see my hand rather than the brush, but in the previous painting we have already done the scrubbing stroke. So in this case we are just doing just that, and we are adding petals. So what's important here is that you should be able to have petals almost half semicircle. Okay, so with that and with the sepal, you will be able to have the carnation, the petals of the carnation. So I repeated that step. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 petals. So that's 6, including the dropping petals that you see that I am working with there. And I painted another one. So you see the strokes that I do. It's a scrubbing motion. If I do it very fast, please know that you can slow down that motion, because YouTube has a feature, aside from forwarding, you can slow it down so you can see the strokes more. So here I am loading with vermilion, because I see that it's more pink than red. So if you have the red, it's pinkish, it's magenta. If you put vermilion or orange, you will get a nice red. So I want a nice red, that's why I mixed with vermilion with the red that I have. So, but as you can see, the red that we have in the set is similar to pink. So I want it to be more red, and I want darker values there. So I have a thicker paints at this set of flowers. Again, I apologize for my hand being there, but all throughout this painting I am just using the scrubbing motion. I tried my best not to splatter on this, so that you can control. So here you see that I added some shadows at the back of the carnation so that you can have more depth in your painting there. So that's a red one. So that's how you can mix a darker red compared to the original color that you have. If you want it more dark, you can mix green, but I am happy with the red that I have, and I don't want them to mud. So gouache if you mix a little bit of the red, it muds easily. So I'm trying my best to get the different color values as I go. So here I have lots of dark red, so I decided to lighten it up with more water. So there, I just did the scrubbing motion. Okay, so again, if you find this fast, you can slow it down. So here I am mixing paint. I added flowers because there's 6. I want the flowers to be odd so that it would seem that they are in random. Okay, so there. So I added more. I added the stems of the carnation so that to complete the image. So I tried to put buds over there and at that side. Okay, so to balance the painting. So since I love scrubbing so much, the bud turned into a sort of flowers as well. So you would see it towards the end of the video that I decided to put petals. So here I decided to put darker shade along the sepals of the carnation, again to add more depth so that it doesn't look flat. So each of the buds, I am just placing a little bit of that green with purple so that it's darker. So you see it's now popping up because it gives more depth. Now I'm cleaning my brush and I am trying to finish there. It's a little carnation that's about to sprout, so that one as well because it's far. And then here the buds are just beginning to spread out some of its petals, and I decided to put more shadow on this part of the flower, and then finally more petals on this side. So this one I wanted to show direction that you can go towards the left and make it flow. So here I have more petals using the scrubbing stroke as well, and I'm just using water to make the leaves to make the petals much flowy. So, and that it's like the wind is taking the petals away. So here I decided to put a little bit of the petals of the carnation and put some sepals. Okay, there. And finally put more shadow. So I restrained from splattering, and I think I have the painting done. So see you in the peonies.